I guess we jump into it off rip, or do we need to?
I mean, sure. Just get started.
All right. So welcome back to the BZ podcast. This is Zay. My co-host is with me,
Brett.
and I hope everything's well. I know I always say that. We gotta come up with some new intros to podcasts because I'm running out of shit.
Whatever.
But today, all week we've been going back and forth on what to talk about, and we had something totally set up different. But then we can't let this R. Kelly Surviving R. Kelly documentary go without touching on this shit.
Yeah.
So that kind of canceled any plans we had. And I just got finished watching the rest of it this morning. You finished it last night.
Mm-hmm.
How you feeling?
I don't know. I'm feeling pretty somber.
Somber?
Yeah, it's I don't know. I mean, you know me, I'm sensitive, so I've always felt a type of way about him very strongly. He's the only person that I can say with 100% validity in my experience that I hate him. Hate is a very strong word, but I always hated him.
All right, so all right, let's get into that. Let's get into that. When did you start hating him?
I was very young. I've always been, I want to say, I don't think I'm a very conservative person, but I am to an extent. And just even when I was younger, like, I mean, let's say 7 years old, 8 years old, my mom is a huge, well, I can say was a huge R. Kelly fan, like, always blasting his 12 play album, and I always just thought it was just so disgusting, like, this is so raunchy. I didn't even really know what the stuff meant, but I knew I was grossed out back then. And then, I mean, presumably it was around the same time, around, when Aaliyah came out, we were like 8 years old, and, I saw that they were married, and I remember thinking back then, like, that's not okay, right? And then, I remember my mom, or I'm sure she said this, but probably just too in the media, was just like, well, her parents consented, so, it's all good. But I still remember thinking, like, why would you want a teenager? It just never sat well with me. And just from that, that was pretty much my introduction to him, was, hearing raunchy ass songs. Because, I mean, when you're around 8 years old, you really start to get an understanding more. It's like you kind of move from a different level in your childhood, and I ain't fuck with him. and I've held true to that. And now I'm 31 and I still feel the same way.
Yeah. I guess when I was younger, I didn't have parents that was playing 12 play or nothing like that. But I mean, you heard of R. Kelly, but I think like the impact R. Kelly had on me when I was younger is when like the Space Jam came out and the I Believe I Can Fly. I mean, my little singing ass was singing that shit. I mean, I was going to church, hearing that song, and like, I remember hearing things about Aaliyah, about him being involved with Aaliyah, and I just don't think I was of age to kind of process it. Like, I kind of knew it was wrong, but at that time, like, I think I was kind of just following the adults' lead with that. And it was like, no one was really talking about it as if it was wrong.
Right.
People were kind of just saying it in passing. I actually learned more about the R. Kelly situation from my peers than the adults. And I think that carries over. Because now all this stuff is coming out, and you see the people that are still backing and supporting them of a certain generation. For a majority. Majority is of a certain generation, and that was the same generation that was not saying shit when I was younger.
Right.
I think it's crazy because if you take all the accusations, well, I'm not even gonna call them accusations anymore. This shit real. Like take it how you want it, but if you take all that stuff out and they were to do a documentary about R. Kelly, that shit would be phenomenal. As far as just what he's contributed to music. But like, I never thought I guess, I mean, I should have thought, but I just never thought the R. Kelly documentary would be this.
Yeah, to this extent. Like, it went above and beyond.
Yeah, like, you never thought, like, usually the documentary's going on greats. Like, you know what I mean? R. Kelly in the music realm is a great. You feel me? He worked with mad people. You know, you would think the documentary would go differently. But, like, nigga, you got a 3-night special of this? God damn. Like, I saw a 3-night, and I heard this a couple months back, and I was kind of bookmarked it in my brain, like, all right, I'm going to check that out. But this shit went super in-depth.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's funny you bring up I Believe I Can Fly. I remember being in, like, 5th grade. I think that was around the time it came out for us. So we were, like, 10. And I remember being pissed.
Why?
Because I told you, I already didn't like him and I already knew something was off. So then when they put that in Space Jam, I was just like, around more children, eh? And then we had to sing it. I remember we had to sing that shit for like an assembly or something. And I remember I was just mad. Like I was just pissed the whole time. All by myself though. That's I'm just like
I don't
nobody
think I
else
got...
is
Yeah, I don't think I got the you know, I grew up, both my parents very religious. Like I wasn't exposed to the nasty R.
Exactly,
Kelly.
that's what I'm saying. So for me, I was just like, this nigga nasty, and then just I love me some Aaliyah when she first came out. So I was just like, no, like I just didn't understand it, and but even moving forward, you know, later in his career, when the whole sex tape came out, what year did they say that was?
I don't know. I don't remember. It had to have been when we were like...
Well, it was right before the damn Ignition came out. Ignition came out roughly 2003, 2002. So that must have been around the time the sex tape came out. So let's just say we were like 14, 15 years old.
All right, yeah.
All right. So, when that shit happened, I refused to watch it, of course, because I'm like, no, it's a child, and he's peeing in her mouth. Like...
Alright, so I'm going to tell you, I watched that shit because I'm just a deviant when I was younger, and it didn't dawn on me that, like, I could have had class with this girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't dawn on me that... You know what's crazy? They were talking about in the documentary how, like, that tape was all over the place.
And that's why
that
I
was
had
legitimately
to pause
child pornography.
Exactly. I paused it and I went off to my husband about it. I just started going off. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you guys are distributing child pornography.
Yeah.
And it's still online. Like, it's okay. But, like, they brought up the point about it being a black girl. I was like, as corny as it sounds. And, you know, you don't want to just say, oh, that's the reason why. That's the fucking reason why. If that was, you know, a little white child being, you know what I'm saying, abused and humiliated like that, that would not fly. That would be like that. It's criminal. Why is this still, you know, able to be watched without it having that stigma of it's child pornography? Take it off your website.
Yeah, not caping for it or nothing like that. But I think the fact that they let him get off.
Well, from what it seems, one of the main reasons is because the girl refused to say it was her. So they really had no ID for who it was. You know what I mean? I think that's the main reason why. And it's like you want to be mad at her for not admitting it, but then you can't understand the shame and humiliation that the little girl didn't want. You know, she don't want people knowing it's her and the family too. And then did you hear that one juror? I just didn't believe the women because of how they dressed and spoke. What?
Yeah, like how they dress, and that lets you know that there's definitely a stigma attached to black girls and women that just, I don't know. I remember I used to hear, or not even used to hear, you hear it more now, but like just the no one cares about black women. And, you know, I don't think it hit home until, I think it hits home now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I think it definitely, like, if it wasn't legitimate before, it's definitely legitimate now because this shit is crazy.
Yeah.
What I do want to point out though is when you know, when people say or hear about this and they go, well, what about all the white folk and shit like that? I don't want to. I don't like the point the finger shit. I don't like the but what. We're not talking about. Stop bringing up another situation. Like that situation should have been dealt with accordingly. Let's just focus on this one, and there's no buts about it at this point.
Yeah, I feel like we can multitask. Why do we need to pick and choose? It's all fucking wrong. Nobody's saying that one is more wrong than the other. It's all wrong. And, we have every right to call out everything that we feel is wrong. And that's what I've been seeing a lot. I've just stopped even reading comments online because I'm just getting furious with the people.
I've been reading hella comments.
Why are we so worried about this? We been knew about this. And it's like, okay, and that's the problem of it. We keep on finding out about it, and everybody keeps saying, brush it under the rug. And that's why he's able to keep on with this predatory behavior. Because it's just, we've been knowing about this. We've been knowing about this. Like, and that's what you said, too. Our older generation, mostly, too, is just kind of the ones, propelling that idea.
This wasn't our watch. You know what I mean? This didn't happen on our watch.
Right.
And we grew up, and he gave us ignition. Like, that shit rocked. I'm like, the music was in that, especially in that time period when we were in like high school, the shit was rocking.
And that's, I forgot to, and that's what I wanted to say after the sex tape, when that kind of died down. And, we really never knew what happened with it. That's how we found in the documentary, it kept getting postponed. And to us, because we didn't hear nothing else about it, we just figured, I guess it wasn't true. Wasn't
real, yeah. And then he got off for it.
Right.
He got off.
Right. But then I'm saying, like, when he did release Ignition and all that music that he just started pumping out, I thought it was so fucking weird. I'm like, it would seem like, after those types of allegations, you'd want to kind of lay low. I thought it was so odd that he went crazy hard in the spotlight, and I'm like, nobody's affected by this. I remember, and then he released that damn album. What the fuck was it called? Chocolate Factory. Ugh, my mom played that shit all the time.
I forgot what was on. Was it Ignition on that album?
Probably. It was like a 2-disc album. I think it was like 3 hours long. My mom used to just torture me, and then she's like, "Bring you being dramatic," and I'm like, I hate this nigga. But yeah, look, he even got the old folks 2-stepping and shit. Dirty bitch. But,
yeah, that was at people's, and it's fucked up. One thing they kept highlighting it is that, like, this music is a part of people's lives. So, like, Step in the Name of Love, I wasn't going to weddings at that time, but I would imagine that shit was rocking at weddings. Like, I would imagine, like, a lot of the stuff was like the soundtrack to our lives.
It's been stuck in my head all morning. I've been pissed off.
Really? I thought it was... It was like super strategic because, how they were saying in the film, like he started releasing music that wasn't sexual, like releasing these music that was like timeless, that had no, and it was like kind of saving image. We let the art save his image for real. And I feel like everybody's culpable. Like, I feel like you can point the finger every which way, man. I'm guilty of letting it slide. Like when I was in high school, we were listening to Ignition, but again, I was like 15 years old. I was 15 years old just listening to an artist. You know what I saw a lot online? I saw a lot of the question of, what about these girls' parents? And that treads the line on blaming victims or blaming the victim's family.
Yeah. I mean, some of them, the parents were right there, and other ones, the kids were sneaking behind the backs and doing whatever else. And then you could tell, too, as he got older, he started towing the line by getting them right when they were about to be, of age.
Yeah.
And then, manipulating them. And then, do you want to go into the whole kidnapping situation yet? Or
I think it's more from what I got from it, I think it's a lot more brainwash than kidnapping. I think you kind of need to decipher the two. Because
I'm saying, when they're of age, yes.
Yeah.
It became. But before that, that's just straight up kidnapping. And they were, like, under, the age of consent.
He was getting 30-year-old women. But, like, my thing is, like, people are saying stop asking about the parents. Like, it's a legitimate question. It's a legitimate question about, like, what exactly were the parents thinking? Because they're not living in a vacuum. they've heard of all the things that were going on.
I know.
And I think the parents were, I think the parents were just as infatuated with the idea of fame and success as the kids were.
Yeah, those few parents that were like, we brought our daughter to him, you know, for...
Like, why? Don't do that.
What the fuck are you talking about? But then, like you said, the other situations where the women were just pretty much brainwashed. And as much as you want to blame them, you really got a good look into the process of how, you know, you abuse people and how, you know, people are susceptible to abuse. And like they said, it starts very slow, you know, and they slowly cut you off from your family and friends where it gets to the point that you don't have anyone, or, you know what I mean? They make you feel that way. And two, they're just enamored with the fact that it's R. Kelly. And they're thinking, you know, it's this famous person. Maybe this is how things are. And then you just progressively see, oh, this is fucked up. So I thought that was really interesting. And I know it's probably really hard for women to watch that have been in abusive situations. But
I mean, it was hard for me to watch.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, I can't. Yeah, that's why I'm like, I can't imagine how it feels to watch it from somebody that's gone through a similar situation. But you can definitely, it's like outside looking in, kind of, you can see how bad it can get and how hard it is to get away, and that you can get away. But it's a lot. And it's just the fact, just to know that it's still going on right now, I think that's the most unsettling thing to me.
Yeah.
You know, because they're bringing up stuff that happened in July 2018.
And my thing, all right, so to tag on to that, like, to be a parent of a girl who's not of age, and it to be, I'm not sure what date it was, but like it to be 2014, 2015, with all the information available about this man, for you to still bring your daughter to this man, like the one family, and I'm not trying to, and I want to make this clear, I'm not trying to bash the parents. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like they are just as much as a victim, and this is not victim blaming, but I think this is part of a bigger conversation in which, like, how much do we value this celebrity, or how much do we value celebrity? Period.
Yeah, exactly. Period.
You know, the one father, I'm not sure which one this was. First of all, there was way too many people. That's when it really got gross. Like, just a new girl every 10 minutes. You know, like a new family affected every 10 minutes. But the one father was like, you know, I heard the allegations, but I'm right here with my daughter. So it wasn't happening over here. So, like, you made an assessment thinking that you had control over the situation.
Right.
But you were just as much infatuated with the idea of the success your daughter could have had by being involved with this man. And you kind of, I just don't know. And I'm not a father. I don't know what that's like. But I can't see myself knowing all that I know. Even allegations of shit that hasn't been verified.
Right.
Even if I'm there to let that shit, to open a door to that possibility.
Right.
You know, that shit is beyond me.
Yeah.
You know what else I thought was gross, and I want to coin in on this too. Some of the people that work for him.
Oh yeah, all of them.
And their shit, my God, hearing the way they talked about it. You want to know? One of the people that bothered me the most was that, like, bald-headed, dark-skinned guy.
Why?
You know,
the bodyguard.
Yeah, like the bodyguard. Just hearing how he talked about the situation, you know, when he was talking about Aaliyah, he was just like, yeah, they were just so silly together.
I thought that was the light-skinned bald guy.
I don't think, nah.
Yeah, it was, because he was like, they were walking behind me, holding hands, and it wasn't the bodyguard. The bodyguard, it was the lighter-skinned bald-head guy.
Don't matter. The adult
that part pissed
that
me
was
off.
in this situation was sitting there talking about, you know, they were just so silly together.
Oh, but then he said, too, he would send us out to go get them girls. Like, so you're admitting to criminal acts right now.
Yeah, I think I wasn't close to the situation, but there was a lot of adults involved that just watched this shit snowball. And, you know, I'm not trying to I'm not trying to cape for anybody or try to let R. Kelly off the hook. We failed those girls. But in a sense, if you really cared about R. Kelly, you're failing his ass too. Because you're not stepping in and seeing that this man is sick. You know what I mean? You're seeing all this transpire right in front of you. And you're not helping these girls. And you're not trying to get him help. You know, this is a sickness. You know what I mean? This is an addiction he has. And it's a lot.
Because, I mean, even back when the one woman, Javante, I can't remember, but she was talking from, like, the very beginning. And she was saying, like, she was, like, friends with Aaliyah. And, like, she was, like, Sparkle was her kid's godmother or whatever. So, like, she was around back when Aaliyah was around. It sounded like he had a whole little group of girls back then.
Yeah,
he did. Of young girls that he would tote around.
He got her first. He got her and her friend first, and then they would go out, and he would just be like, bring girls. They weren't looking. And she was saying they weren't looking for women. They were just bringing their friends, like from school and stuff like that. And we gotta remember, like, she was getting on my nerves in the beginning, but I kept having to remind myself that at the time she was like 14, 15 years old. You know what I'm saying? So like, she's a survivor of it. They never got into detail if she was intimate with him, but I mean, you never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
And then too, just to fast forward, the 14-year-old girl that was in the video, it sounds like she was still around him, because remember, one of the girls said that one of the older women, I think, that started dating him, the first older woman, she said that she had never watched the video, and then she eventually watched it, and then she said, I recognized the girl I had met her a few days before from the video. So this was years later when he started dating this woman. So that girl's still around. Which is just, it's a shame.
That was Sparkle's niece, right? Yeah, that's Sparkle's niece that was still around. And it was crazy, you know, Sparkle talking about it. I never knew what happened to Sparkle. I felt like she had that one single with him that was, by all accounts, was a good song. You know, people still like that song. And she kind of just fell off. And then you come to find out, like, all this transpired, and she lost her career pretty much based on this shit. But she said she was excommunicated from her family
because they didn't want to be, and you know, they didn't want people to know that it was related to their family. That's why they didn't speak up when he was on trial.
I think that's the problem.
And she was, and they, you know what I mean. They were like, just, we don't even want to.
I think that's the bigger issue with just especially in the black community, though. Like, there's so much pride in it, and there's so much I don't want to look bad in front of people that a lot of shit gets swept under the rug. And this being one of them.
Right.
Like, this being one of them, not the R. Kelly shit, just you know, people getting molested. I feel like that's something that doesn't get talked about, especially in the black community. There's a lot of people switching under it. You know what I found was crazy?
What?
Yo, the Whitney Houston joint.
What?
When he was at the funeral singing.
What about it?
He's at the funeral singing in the midst of all this stuff. In the midst of all these allegations.
I must have missed that part.
Yeah, so he was at Whitney Houston's funeral. And he got up, and I guess he spoke, and I guess he did a song or whatever, sung. And, you know, by the end of it, the preacher, the pastor's clapping, everybody's kind of, and this is all while the allegations are happening, and that just shows you right then and there, like, yo, we're really letting him slide. You're really letting him slide. He's in a church. He's in a church accused of child molestation.
Right.
And the church is accepting him. Something wrong with the church.
Right. Oh, you know what was pissing me off? His brother in jail.
Oh yeah,
he was super convoluted. The shit out of him. He's like,
he was wild convoluted.
He's like, I like older women. He likes younger women. What's wrong with that? I'm like, nigga, you was definitely like 50 Cent. What you like, like 80-year-old women?
Nigga, let me ask you, why are you in jail? Why are you in jail?
I said the same thing. My mom looked it up because we were talking about it. I said, why that nigga in jail? She said it was like armed robbery or some shit, and he's actually about to get out soon. But he was like, I like older women. I'm like, what, you like 80-year-old women? Like, what are you talking about? Like, you're damn near a senior citizen yourself. Shut up.
Nigga, you in jail. You like whatever you can get, bro.
Child.
You don't have no preference at that point.
Tried to throw his brother under the bus, his younger brother.
Yeah, it was just like, that was him.
I'm glad his brother spoke out. I was like, yo, that is shady. That is fucked up. And then you want to try to give him $100,000. Like, that ain't shit. To destroy your name? $100,000 and a one record deal, and his brother in jail. He could have been rich. Definitely not rich.
Well, the brother in jail, you remember when he was describing, like, how his brothers and shit treat women? Did you peep that?
What did he say?
He pretty much just corroborated everything that the victims were saying about R. Kelly. It was like, oh, you don't speak to no other man, you don't look to no other man. Yeah. He kind of just confirmed all that shit. It was just like, nigga, you stupid.
Oh, and another part when the girl was saying, and like R. Kelly opened up to me about him being molested, by somebody in the neighborhood, and I was like, hold up. Definitely was a family member, right? I said, wait, this nigga just says this to everybody, I'm sure, just to get them to, like, get their trust, to think, like, oh, he's opening up to me. He's probably never told anybody this, really. Like, he probably say that shit. No problem now. Yeah. Like, look, first 5 minutes of meeting and shit. Yeah. I was molested.
Oh, I don't want to even laugh at this.
Like, nigga, shut up. Yeah, laugh.
I don't want to laugh.
I know, no, because he's using it as a weapon.
I know.
He's using it as a weapon to manipulate. Like, because that's why he said it was a neighbor, like somebody in the neighborhood, not a family member. Like, he probably just said so many versions of the damn story. I was like, I'm thinking, bitch.
Like, but I mean, I think
again, that goes, your trauma.
Again, that goes to show that it's an issue that has been swept up under the rug. He was affected by it, and no one did anything about it. And then he, in turn, ended up doing it to other people.
He went above and beyond, like I said before. He went to the point where he was, like, farming them, it seems like, just collecting them.
He definitely had a cult.
Has a cult.
Yes, it's still going on.
Because I remember seeing, like, a few years ago when the kidnapping stuff started coming out, but there wasn't much information about it. And, I mean, honestly, I don't think we paid attention to it, because I saw a clip of the girl doing one of the girls doing an interview, like, on The View or something, and it didn't get much press.
Yeah, I didn't even when I saw the clip they showed, I was like, that was on The View?
Yeah, I mean, right, and that's what I was like. Yeah, so like when the whole kidnapping thing came out, and then I saw like they had on TMZ and shit, and it's like we just didn't even pay attention to it, because now, like they were saying in the documentary, it's like every time we hear something now, it just all kind of gets swept into the same category of, that's just a rumor about R. Kelly, not really giving it any real attention. And I just feel too just really like ashamed and sad that I didn't notice this, like I really feel bad that all this stuff is going on and we just didn't pay it any attention, and all these people were suffering. Like, it's really taking a toll on me. That's why I was like, it was in my dreams. Like, I think it was just bad, like, just binging it, and it was just a lot. It was a lot of content to take in 3 days. Face. That's 6 hours. That's 6 hours we dedicated in 3 days to trauma. I think it was important that it came out, though. Absolutely.
It was very important that it came out. That's why I'm like,
the people at this point, I'm sorry, if you've watched this in its entirety and you still have an but-if argument, like, shut the fuck up. I'm thinking everybody right now that's making these but if have not watched it in its entirety yet.
I think, another thing I was seeing online, they were talking about, this is all part just trying to bring a black man down. They turn it to, and that's why, like, see, we gotta be really careful. Hold on,
what about the black women?
Yeah,
always about the black man, eh?
We gotta be that's true. We gotta be very careful what we attach to race issues. We can't just start throwing everything, saying it's a government conspiracy and this, that. Sometimes you gotta check your own kind, yo. And if you keep throwing everything in the bag that this is a race issue, you're only cheapening the real shit that matters when it comes to race.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not going to accept that. I'm not going to accept that this is a conspiracy.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not going to accept that. We're not playing that card. We have enough to play that card with.
And that's the main reason, too, why I wanted to watch it. Because at first, before I saw it, I was speaking with one of my coworkers, and I was like, you know, I think this is a little messy. I think I texted it to you, too. I was like, I think this is a little messy that they're, releasing all this, and he hasn't really been charged with anything. You know, that was my feelings at first. Because I'm like, damn, how you going to go in like that and he hasn't been charged? But I'm like, let me watch this and see, what these women have to say. And, if I can, if it feels true to me. And shit.
Yeah.
I definitely wasn't expecting all of that. Like,
I mean, even put it this way.
But then too, you see the story of why he didn't get charged. So all that gets thrown out the window because it never really truly, all of it was right there. It was just a few little kinks that why he got Roy free.
And Pete Game, like they were saying how they do the wellness checks. You can call the police and have somebody do the wellness checks. He was getting the heads up on wellness checks in Chicago.
Yeah.
He had friends at the Chicago PD that was like, oh, they about to do a wellness check. They'll let you. That's really crazy. We really failed a lot of people.
Yeah.
We failed a lot of people when it comes to this situation. And I don't even want to, I don't stop it at this R. Kelly situation. I'm thinking about all the other people that are being failed right now.
Yeah, we have no idea about. Like, I hope this shit really starts coming out more.
Yeah, this is...
Because, like, yeah, people want to be like, well, the women were fine with it. Doesn't matter. You should not mistreat people this way.
Yeah.
Especially when, they get manipulated and brainwashed. Like you says, you can't blame the victim. It's the person that full and well knows what they're doing is wrong and continues to do it. My mom, she was like, because we were like texting, watching it last night, like texting together. And she's like, at the end of it, she's like, I deleted all his music off my phone. Now the world's gonna know the truth. He gonna be broken, homeless. She's like, the internet says his net worth right now is $1 million. Like, God, that's pretty bad. But I know said the streaming sales went up lately, but. Yeah, I was like, yeah, Mom, because I was like, she's the last person, like, that I know that would be like, I'm never listening to this nigga ever again. I was like, yes!
I expect the streaming sales to go up, not because they're supporting them, but just to go back and hear their music and pick up certain things that was being, And then when they went through his catalog and, like, the titles of it, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number.
But that's the thing, like, so this is the thing, like, I always knew Age Ain't Nothing But a Number was,
creepy.
Was related to the whole thing with R. Kelly, but me, I was like 8 years old. I figured Aaliyah wrote that song. I was like, oh, I guess she's like, we didn't know we were younger, but I figured that was But that's like if I would have known that back then, that he wrote this song. It's like ew. But I always figured that she was like kind of okay with it because she wrote that song.
You know what I thought was crazy?
I'm
like,
so mad. I used to
shit.
love that CD too, and he basically did the whole thing. Like I can't even. And did she look so, like, I don't know if maybe they just picked those pictures, but she just looked so, like...
She looked drained.
Yeah.
You know what I think, like, they didn't tap into this at all, right? But you remember the Best of Both Worlds album, right? The one with Jay-Z and R. Kelly. They try to get Jay-Z on this joint, said no.
Yeah.
Goes to show.
He's...
But, you kind of just don't, you probably just don't want to be involved. I'm not even going to indict him off that.
No.
Like,
he's just like, he knows it's about to be real messy. And that's what my mom was bringing up, too. She was like, that's why Jay-Z didn't want to keep touring with him back then, because he saw how that motherfucker was. Because remember, like, he couldn't, all his people couldn't talk to certain people, and it's just like a drill sergeant. Like, bitch, you can't even read.
But you know what? You know what I think is weird? Looking back in hindsight, right? Yo, first of all, the reading shit, right? I'm not laughing at nobody that can't read, yo. But he was, the women were talking, they were saying, like, he was vulnerable with us. He was opening us to us, telling him he was molested. The one woman, I think it was his wife, he asked her to read. Like, nigga, you played the, can you help me read bag?
Yes.
Nigga.
And I'm interested to go back and watch her previous interviews, too, because I'm wondering if she said anything. Because I saw on a few, like, reality shows when she got divorced from him and stuff. And I don't know. I want to go see now, like, if she was saying anything. Because she went in on this joint. And you saw a few moments where she was, like, genuinely getting mad again. Like, you got to go through 10 people to reach him. Yeah. Like, damn, yo.
I feel like you can tell she's still very much affected.
Hell yeah, she got kids with him.
Her psyche is...
And like she said, her poor kids get, bullied and shit. I mean, hell yeah, the kids are getting bullied. That's terrible. Like, I would never even want people to know that that's my father. That really sucks.
Yeah. Right from them kids. Mm-hmm. They've had a rough go at it. Well, I was saying, like, throughout the documentary, like, all the footage that they were showing of him, like, just videos of just him performing and shit, like, didn't it take, like, a wild, creepy look? Doesn't it look wild, creepy now? Like, before, it was like,
no, it always
gyrating on stage.
It always looked, like, seriously, I always fucking thought he was gross. I've never thought he was attractive. And that's why, too, I think I was having nightmares because they kept showing so many close-ups of his face. I was just like, ugh, like, I hate looking at him already. So then it was just in the screen, burned in my head. Like, Zay, I woke up so many times last night. Like, everything just kept replaying in my head.
Yo, fuck you, R. Kelly. You making Brit lose sleep.
Yeah, man. It was terrible. Had some nightmares. I think it was more just like thinking about all the girls.
Yeah. Another thing on the last the last installment that I watched. Mm-hmm. R. Kelly can't read, right? Mm-hmm. So he was relying on people in his camp to let him know what people are saying, and they were lying.
Yeah, on the internet. Mm-hmm.
They were lying to him. That's why I think there's a lot of people culpable. Mm-hmm. Like you're lying to this guy about what the world is thinking about him. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of manipulators. R. Kelly ain't the only manipulator in this situation. He's not the only one. He's the worst one, but he's not the only one. Mm-hmm. Because there's a lot of people that benefited financially from keeping shit the way it was going. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people that covered up shit, and it's a lot. He put a lot of people in very crazy situations, very peculiar situations where they had to choose between moral shit and probably their livelihood. Yeah. He put the women in a situation where they had to choose between their career and just being a person who is respected. He put people in a situation where they had to choose between their jobs and how they feed their family. Like, there's a lot of moral shit that people had to dealing with him.
Yeah. I had to sage myself this morning.
Your energy off?
I'm telling you, man. I just soak up that shit like a sponge. Like,
yeah.
It was hard to watch.
Are you an empath?
I'm too empathetic.
You're an empath? You pick up everything?
I pick up every fucking thing.
I just be wanting to know the tea.
That's why I was like, I couldn't sleep. It was just like, I just feel so, But even too, like, just going out today, like, I was at the laundromat this morning, and it's like, it's like a neighborhood laundromat, so there's, like, everybody in the hood there, niggas be out back smoking weed and shit, like, like, it's that type of laundromat, like, just real chills. They be having, the music, the old school station blasting and shit on Sunday morning, it's real chills. It was so quiet. Yo. It's like everybody's just, like, feeling it, our community. You know what I mean? It's like, it was weird. It was very just like, people weren't really talking as much. It was just kind of, because you want to talk about it, but you don't.
2019 started off crazy.
With this.
Like, this was very strategic. To start off the top of the year, you started off with, like, a documentary this polarizing.
I'm really interested to see what happens from here.
What happens? Mm-hmm. I don't know what's going to happen. Do you think is there a way he can go to jail for this shit?
I think, there's more attention on it now. So I think there'll probably be more news, if anything, more reporters coming to his residence, things like that, trying to get eyes on these girls that are coming to and from. You know what I'm saying? And those weren't even all the stories, I'm sure.
This gotta be more. I mean, we're talking almost, he got like 30 fucking years in the gang.
Yeah, so that's not even all stories. So I'm sure there's going to be more stories coming out, and there's probably more families that are missing their girls or, other women. I don't know if they have access to watch TV or what.
Well, not under his rule. Not under his thumb.
Man. So, yeah, I wonder what... Nigga, don't be releasing no single next week.
Nah, nigga. Nah, I don't want to hear shit. I didn't know he released a 19-minute track.
Oh, yeah. That was like a year or two ago. But I was just like, he isn't going to admit anything for real. I think I tried listening to it, and it's hard for me to even listen to him, so I turned it off. But yeah, that's when I'm like, see, nobody really paid attention to that. I forgot that even happened, too. But like his wife said, it's just him being a narcissist. Like,
yeah. I mean, I checked out at Trapped in the Closet.
Oh, you say you checked out?
Yeah,
then.
Yeah, I checked out. I wasn't checking for nothing else. Like even like the first. You know what else is crazy? Like all the the comedians that coined in on it. Like this was a shit we laughed at. I laughed at the Dave Chappelle "Piss on You" video.
I know, and the whole time it's about a 14-year-old.
Golly, yo, you look back at this shit. It's just the shit that you were a part of that you didn't even realize you were a part of.
I know. That's why it's like it feels like we all are accountable too. Which
we are.
But
golly.
More so our parents.
Right.
We was cheering.
My parents was in the church. They weren't listening to R. Kelly. They don't know what's going on.
McFarland's are safe.
Don't get my government out.
My bad.
I'm beeping that. Get my government out. Chill out.
Shut up. My bad.
You the feds.
My bad. I didn't know your government wasn't even out there already. I guess it isn't.
Right. What's it called? What else we got?
I don't know.
Well, we don't got nothing else, but yeah, if you didn't watch this, definitely watch it.
It's like
please
I don't
watch
give
it. It is
a flying fuck about R. Kelly, and I made myself watch it because it's important.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I still see a lot of people that are just like, I don't want to. Please watch it. It's important. It's just like not even just about him. It's just seeing the process of it all and how it can happen. And it's just our reality. This is our community. This is what the fuck's going on. We need to be aware.
You need to be aware of this situation.
Because I saw somebody who was like, "Oh, y'all just made Lifetime a buttload of money." But I don't give a fuck. Thank you, Lifetime, for doing this shit. Like, what the fuck? Why are you mad about that?
I don't be back in Lifetime on a lot of things, but there's some things they really do get right. They got this one right.
Yeah, like, how are you mad at that? Whatever.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. I mean, I'm mad at it, but one thing I want to bring up. What you
I was gonna say I'm drained. What?
I know. We about to wrap up. One thing I want to bring up, and I don't want this to be taken the wrong way, right? But I look into, or I've been privy to conversations. I listen to a lot of podcasts, and when they talk about people who suffer from pedophilia, the way in which we deal with people that suffer from pedophilia is kind of counterproductive. And it kind of leads to people not wanting to talk about it, and I think it kind of powers it. So, like, if a person has never acted on these urges they have to be with young people, boy or girl, they really can't even bring it to light, because once they bring it to light, or once they tell somebody about it, they get tagged for it. They almost get considered a sex offender, even though, or a risk to children, even though they may not have never acted upon it. And I don't know if that's the best way we should be dealing with this. Yeah. Because if a person is suffering from this, if a person is having these ideas and doesn't want to act on it, but can't escape, he's a prisoner in his own, or she's a prisoner in her own mind, and I'm guilty by even opening it up to a therapist or whoever I talk to about it, then it doesn't really compel a person to come forward. You know, so maybe this conversation, not our conversation, but hopefully all of this, that will be a part of the conversation going forward of how do we deal with people that are suffering from this shit. And by no means am I letting R. Kelly slide.
No, I know what you're saying.
No means, but yeah. R. Kelly needed help a long time ago. And people failed to help, or people failed to call him out on it, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so frowned upon to even have, like, if you can't even express that you're having these feelings and you don't want to have these feelings and you can't talk about it, we all know what happens when we hold shit inside. So I think it gets inflated. And that's when I think you really start acting out.
Definitely just more conversations. Just more conversations, period, about all of this growing up. Because I'm like, we had like stranger danger, but it was really never, because I mean, to those women, R. Kelly wasn't a stranger. But, we should be able to teach more people about manipulation and warning signs to look for to not even, end up in an abusive situation. Like, so you'll be able to know the early warning signs, because it easily gets mistaken with them caring about you and loving you. And just being able to teach that to our girls and boys, those types of things to look out for when they're starting to get into these relationships and things like that. And two, probably just talk about like not fucking kids, just like that should be taught that that's not okay. I mean, there's like, it's always been a stigma and you always kind of know it's wrong, but to literally start teaching this and make that a thing, that's not okay. And like you said, somehow opening up some sort of space for these people to be able to talk about it. I mean, I guess it's like they want to.
It's such a.
Yeah, it's like such a thing because it's like either way, people are obviously thinking about this.
Mm-hmm.
Whether
it's a thing, it's a
whether
thing.
you know what I'm saying, you want to talk about it or not, or let people talk about it or not. So,
yeah, it's a very draining topic. Definitely go watch it. Before we leave, something I want to say.
Well, I got a website too. If you need a streaming site, if you can't. If you can't find it for free, just hit me up.
Don't give up the plug.
I ain't gonna put it out on public, but just send me a DM. I'll send you the link.
Right, we got you. Same here. I'll send it to you too. I want to say that to black girls, black women, we love y'all.
Oh yes,
y'all are loved.
Thank you, Zay.
Like y'all really are. This documentary opened my eyes further because I've seen it already, but just open my eyes more that I need to be a little more vigilant and cut shit, like even like the shit said in passing. I know how I feel about black women. I know how I feel about our little black girls. I probably should be a little more vocal about this shit.
Right.
So y'all need to know y'all loved. Y'all need to know that we support y'all. I personally, the people I associate with, will try to protect y'all at all costs. And just know y'all got somewhere, like, you are cherished. If they don't care, we care.
Yeah.
If they don't care, I care.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. I think that wraps up this. We're sorry for the dreary episode.
We can't make this sound upbeat. Ugh.
Yeah, I was trying, like as I'm prepping for this joint, there wasn't really much prep. Trying to make sure we ain't laughing.
It's not
trying to make sure they ain't they're trying to make sure nothing really come off that funny. Like, this is just we have to talk about this shit. This got to be addressed. I think that's it for the BZ podcast. Yeah. For this episode. Go watch that shit.
Yeah.
Go to your nearest little black girl. Tell her you love her. And let them know that they're cared about. Let them know that they're cherished. Let them know they're awesome. Let them know they're powerful. And we're good.
All right.
All right. Till next time, y'all.
Yep.
Peace.
Later.